Hello students, welcome to Sankalp CET classes. So today the topic of our discussion is sequence and series, or also it is called as progressions. Some important results related to sequence and series. The first one is a mapping f, that is from n to r is called an infinite sequence of real numbers. So if the number of elements are infinite in the given sequence, then it is said to be an infinite sequence. The mapping f from n to r, where n is the set of first and natural numbers, is called a finite sequence. Okay, so if the number of terms are finite, then it is called as the finite sequence. So here the example is a1, a2, a3 up to an dash 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 is called as a series. The sum of the terms of the sequence forms a series. If the terms are finite, then it is forming a finite series. If the terms are infinite, then it is forming a infinite series. Next, arithmetic progression or arithmetic sequence. A sequence a1, a2, a3 up to an of the real numbers is called an arithmetic progression. So if an plus 1 is equal to an plus d, where n belongs to n and d is a fixed number, we say a1 is called as the first term. We are considering the first term as a1, and a1 is also denoted as a. It is denoted as a, and d is the common difference of the ap. So d is given by the formula a2 minus a1, simple formula what we use in general to calculate d, a2 minus a1. Same way a3 minus a2, a4 minus a3, all the differences will give us the same common difference, and that is denoted by d. It is denoted by d. Next, the formula to calculate the nth term. So the nth term Tn is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d. So where a is the first term, a gives us the first term, d is the common difference. Next, a sequence of real numbers will form a AP if and only if the nth term is a linear expression in n. In such case, the coefficient of n is the common difference. Next, the sum of first n terms. The formula to calculate the sum of n terms in an AP. We have three results here. The first result is Sn is equal to n by 2, 2a plus n minus 1d. Sn is equal to n by 2. In place of say 2a, I am replacing it as a plus a. Now this particular term a plus n minus 1 into d, we can denote it as an, or in some books we make use of letter L to denote the last term, where L is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d. It is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d. Next, Tn is equal to Sn minus 1. So the sum of 2n terms minus sum of 2n minus 1 terms will give us the value of Tn, that is the last term. A sequence of real numbers will form an AP if and only if the sum of n terms of the sequence is of the form an square plus bn. In such case, 2a is the common difference of the AP. Next, if A, B, and C are three numbers in an AP, then B is considered as the arithmetic mean. It is considered as the arithmetic mean, and the formula to calculate arithmetic mean is B equal to A plus C upon 2. So the middle number, it indicates the arithmetic mean, and the arithmetic mean is equal to A plus C upon 2. Next, 12th example, 12th point. If A and B are two non-zero real numbers, and a1, a2, a3 up to an are arithmetic means, then n elements a1, a2, a3 are called as what? N arithmetic means. So if these are the n arithmetic means between the two numbers a and b, the common difference of this AP is given by D equal to B minus A divided by N plus 1. So the common difference can be obtained by subtracting last term minus first term divided by N plus 1. And when we replace this in the formula for AK, so AK is equal to A plus K into, in place of D, we are writing B minus A upon N plus 1. We are replacing D by B minus A upon N plus 1. And also the sum of these is given by N times A plus B by 2. Okay, the sum of all these arithmetic means is given by N into A plus B by 2. So in a finite sequence, the sum of the elements equidistant from the beginning and the end is always same and is equal to the sum of the first and the last term, is equal to the sum of the first and the last term. The next series is geometric progression. So a sequence in which each term except the first is obtained by multiplying the previous term by a non-zero constant is called the common ratio, and such a sequence which is obtained by multiplying a constant term to the previous term is called as a geometric progression. So the general form of a geometric progression is AR square, so on up to AR raised to n minus 1. Here R is AR raised to n minus 1 upon AR raised to n minus 2. So if you take the difference of a term and its preceding term, always you will get the same ratio, and that ratio is called as the common ratio. It is denoted by the letter R. Okay, it is denoted by the letter R. It is denoted by the letter R. Okay, so next, the last term L of a GP is same as the nth term and is given by L is equal to AR raised to n minus 1. AN is equal to AR raised to n minus 1 and L is equal to AR raised to n minus 1. Both the formulas are same. So in case of GP, we are making use of the formula AR raised to n minus 1 to calculate the nth term. Next, the nth term from the last is given by An is equal to L divided by R raised to n minus 1. Then we have the formulas for sum up to n terms. Sn is equal to A into R raised to n minus 1 upon R minus 1 if R is not equal to 1. Okay, and this formula we are using when R is greater than 1. Okay, R is greater than 1. Similarly, the same formula can be written for R less than 1. Instead of writing R raised to n minus 1, we are considering 1 minus R raised to n when it is R less than 1. Okay, when it is R less than 1, we are using this. Next, Sn is equal to n into A, n is n into A if R is equal to 1. So if R is equal to 1, directly Sn can be calculated by n into A. Next, if A, G and B are in GP, then G is called as the geometric mean of the two numbers A and B and is given by G is equal to root of A into B. It is given by root of A into B. Next, if the terms of a GP are multiplied or divided by the same non-zero constant, they still remain in GP. So when you divide or multiply the terms, that is A1, A2, A3 of a GP with a non-zero constant, then they still remain in GP. If A1, A2, A3 are in GP, then A1 into K, A2 into K, A3 into K, A1 upon K, A2 upon K, A3 upon K are also in GP with the same ratio. Next, if A1, A2, A3 and B1, B2, B3 are two GPs, then A1, B1, A2, B2, A3, B3 and A1 upon B1, A2 upon B2, A3 upon B3 are also in GP. Next, the third one is if A1, A2, A3 are in AP, then x raised to A1, x raised to A2, x raised to A3 are in GP. Then okay, then we get the square root of, A1, A2, A3 as the geometric mean. Okay, as the geometric mean. Next point. Sum move to n terms. These are some three special series which we have studied in our board syllabus. Okay, so the first one is sum of first 10 natural numbers. So 1 plus 2 plus 3 up to n is indicated by sigma n. It is indicated by sigma n, and sigma n is equal to n into n plus 1 upon 2. N into n plus 1 upon 2. Next, sum of the squares of the first n natural numbers. So if in the first case, we were adding only the natural numbers. In the second case, we are taking the sum of the squares of the natural numbers. And sum of the squares of the natural numbers, sigma n square, is equal to n into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 divided by 6. N into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 divided by 6. Next, third one is the sum of cubes of first n natural numbers. So sum of the cubes of first 10 natural numbers, sigma n cube is equal to 1 cube plus 2 cube plus 3 cube up to n cube, which is given by n into n plus 1 upon 2 whole square. The same formula can also be written in the form of n square into n plus 1 whole square divided by 4. Okay, n square n plus 1 whole square divided by 4. See, it's very easy to remember the formula, first formula and the third formula. First formula is just n into n plus 1 upon 2. The same formula, we are squaring it to get the sum of the first cube. Okay, n cubes of the first n natural numbers. Okay, for square, the formula is totally different, but the formula for sum of first 10 natural numbers and cube of first 10 natural numbers is almost same. It is almost same. So these are the three special types, three special series which we will be using to solve the examples. Okay, next point. So we have discussed the formula to calculate arithmetic mean and geometric mean. Arithmetic mean and geometric mean. So say arithmetic mean A is equal to arithmetic mean capital A is equal to A plus B by 2, and same way geometric mean is root of AB. Okay, is equal to root of AB. So these are the formulas to calculate the arithmetic mean and geometric mean of two numbers. So the arithmetic mean, if I simplify it, I will get 2a is equal to a plus b, and if I square this, I will be getting g square is equal to ab. So this will give us the sum of two numbers, this will give us the product of two numbers. So if a and g are respectively arithmetic mean and geometric means between two positive numbers a and b, and if a is greater than a is greater than g, and the equation whose roots are a and b is given by, so this is the equation, it is a forming a quadratic equation, x square minus 2ax plus g square is equal to 0, and the numbers can also be obtained by making use of a and g, which is equal to a plus root of a square minus g square is to a minus root of a square minus g square. So a plus root of a square minus g square is to a minus root of a square minus g square will give us the value of a is to b. Will give us the value of a is to b. So these were a few points which will be used to solve the next examples. The first question on arithmetic progression and geometric progression. The 10th term, the 10th common term between the series 3, 7, 11 and 1, 6, 11 is first option is 191, second option is 193, third option is 211, and none of these. Okay, so here the given two series, you can see these two series, that is 3, 7, 11 dash dash dash. The common difference is 4, and in the second case, say 1, 6, 11 dash dash dash. The common difference is 5. Okay, so both the series are in AP. Okay, both of the series are in AP. Both are in AP. Both are in AP. Okay, both are in AP. Now they are asking us to find out the common term between 10th common term. We need to calculate the 10th common term. See here, this 11 is the first common term. Same way, we need to calculate the 10th common term for these given two APs. Okay, so to calculate the 10th common term, first what we are doing here is we are calculating the LCM of the common difference. See, the LCM of the common difference 4 and 5 is equal to 20. Okay, is equal to 20. So the LCM of these uh, common differences will give us the D of the common term, that is the common difference, okay, of the series which is forming the common term. And here the value of A, you can see from the question, the first common term is 11, so A will be equal to 11 and D will be equal to 20. So now by making use of the formula AN is equal to A plus N minus 1 into D, we need to calculate A10. So A10 will be equal to value of A is 11 plus 10 minus 1 is 9 and D value is 20. D value is 20. So if you simplify 9 into 20, 9 into 20, it will be 180. Okay, and 180 plus 11, it will be 11 plus 180. 180 plus 11 is equal to 191. So the option A gives us the right option. That is, the answer is 191. So to calculate the common term, we need to take the LCM of these two terms. So the LCM of the common difference will give us the value of D for the series which is consisting of common terms. And the first common term is already given in the series, that will be considered as A. And by using the formula for nth term, we can simplify and get the final answer. Okay. So the next question. The next question is, if the sum of n terms of a AP is given by Sn is equal to 3n square plus 2n square, then the common difference of the AP is A is 3, D is 2, C is 6, and D is 4. So here in this particular question, they have given us the value of Sn, that is sum of n terms, and the value of Sn is equal to, it is equal to 3n plus 2n square. Okay, 3n plus 2n square. Now when n is equal to 1, n is equal to 1, see s1 will be equal to 1 plus 2 into 1 is 2, which is equal to 3. And we know s1 is nothing but sum of first term, only one term. Next, when n is equal to 2, s2 is equal to 3 into 2 is 6, and 2 into 2 is, say 2 square, in place of n substitute 2, 2 square is 4, 4 into 2, it will be equal to 8, it is equal to 16. So S1, S2 is equal to A1 plus A2, A1 plus A2, which is equal to 16. So see, from this second equation we can calculate A2. A2 is equal to 16 minus A1. The value of A2 is 16 minus A1. A1 value is 3. So 16 minus 3. Okay, 16 minus 3, which will be equal to 13. So A2 value is 13 and A1 value is A1 value is 3. Okay, not A1 value, sorry. Let's see the A1 value. It will be 3 plus 2, not 6. Okay, so here it will be 3 plus 2, which is equal to 5. Okay, A1 value is 5. So A1 value is 5. So here we replace it by 5, and 16 minus 5 will give us the value as 11. Will give us the value as 11. So using S1 we have calculated A1, and using S2 we have calculated the value of A2, which is equal to 11. Now the common difference D is equal to, see the common difference, D is equal to A2 minus A1, A2 minus A1. So it will be 11 minus 5, and 11 minus 5, it will be equal to 6. 11 minus 5 is equal to 6. So the option C will be the right option. Option C will be the right option. Okay, so in this example, we have first calculated S1, then we have calculated S2, and then using S1 and S2, okay, using the values of S1 and S2, we have calculated the values of A1 and A2, and A1 and A2 will give us the value, will give us the final value, that is 6. Okay, next example. So the same example we are discussing. Last case, that A1 value we considered it wrong. So see, pay attention here. Sn is equal to 3n plus 2n square. So when n is equal to 1, when n is equal to 1, S1 is equal to 3 plus 2, which is equal to 5. 3 plus 2, which is equal to 5. And we know S1 is equal to A1, which is equal to 5. Next, when n is equal to 2, S2 is equal to 3 into 2, which is 6, and 3 into, say, 2 into 2 into 2 square, which is 4. Okay, 2 into 2 square, which is 4. Okay, so 6 plus 8. Okay, 6 plus 8. 6 plus 8, which is equal to 14. So here we also know that S1 is equal to S2 is equal to A1 plus A2. So A1 plus A2 value is 14. Now A1 value is 5. See, A1 value is 5. A2 value we can calculate. So A2 value will be equal to 14 minus 5, which is equal to 9. A2 value is 14 minus 5, which is equal to 9. And D is equal to, now D is equal to A2 minus A1. A2 minus A1. A2 value is 9. A1 value is 5. And 9 minus 5, the answer is 4. So the option D gives the right option. Okay, option D is the right answer. So last example, A1 value we had calculated wrong. Okay, so this is the right option. Next example. So if 9 times the ninth element of an AP is equal to 13 times the 13th element, then the 22nd element of AP is, okay. So here 9 times the 9th element and 13 times the 13th element are equal, okay. So using this condition, we can write it as, okay, 9 times, see, ninth element of the AP is given by A plus 8D, okay, and 13th element in a AP is given by A plus 12D, okay, A plus 12D. So say this is the ninth element A9, and this is the 13th element. So in the question already it is given 9 times the ninth element is equal to 13 times the 13th element. So using this condition, we can simplify it further. It will be 9a plus 9 into 8. Okay, 9 into 8 is 72d. 13 into a plus 13 into 12. 13 into 12, it is equal to 13 into 12 is equal to 13 3s is 36 plus, okay, so it is equal to 150/60. On simplifying we get, say, 9a and 13a, if I simplify I'll get 4a, and 156 minus 72 if I do, we get 84d, okay, it will be 84d equal to 0. See, in the above equation, okay, 4a plus 84d equal to 0, 4 is common, so it will be a plus 21d equal to 0. 0 upon 4 is 0, so a plus 21d is equal to 0. And we know, using the formula of AP, a22 is nothing but a plus 21d, so a22 is equal to 0, okay, a22 is equal to 0. So a22 equal to 0. Option A is the right option. So the next question, if 12 and 9 are respectively AM and GM of the two numbers, then the numbers are the roots of the equation. The numbers are the roots of the equation. So here we are making use of the result which we had discussed. So if A and G are the arithmetic mean and geometric mean of the two numbers A and B, then they satisfy the equation x square minus 2a x plus g square is equal to 0. So substituting the value of a and g in this equation, a value is 12, so 12 into 2 is 24x, and g value is 9, 9 square is 81 equal to 0. So the right option will be x square minus 24x plus 81. Option A will give us the right answer. Option A will give us the right answer. Next example, if 2 is the sum to infinity of a GP whose first element is 1, then the sum of the first n terms is, so the sum up to infinity is given to us. Sum up to infinity, say S infinity, the formula is A divided by 1 minus r, okay, 1 minus r, and they have given the sum up to infinity is 2. So 2, a value of a first term is equal to 1, so 1 upon 1 minus r, 1 minus r, and on simplifying this we get 1 minus r is equal to 1 upon 2, or r is equal to 1 by 2. R is equal to 1 upon 2. Now they are asking us to calculate the sum of first n terms. So Sn is equal to, the formula for Sn is equal to 1 plus 1 minus r raised to n divided by 1 minus r. So on simplifying we get 1 into 1 minus r value is 1 by 2, so 1 by 2 square 1 by 2 raised to n minus 1 minus 1 by 2. Okay, 1 minus 1 by 2. So on simplifying further, we get Sn is equal to, okay, Sn is equal to 1 minus r raised to 1 by 2 raised to n. It will be 1 raised to n divided by 2 raised to n divided by 1 minus 1 by 2 is 1 by 2. So on further simplifying and taking the LCM, we get 2 raised to n minus 1 divided by 2 raised to n into 1 by 2 can be written as 2 raised to minus 1. So the final answer will be 2 raised to n minus 1 divided by 2 raised to n minus 1, because a raised to m into a raised to n is equal to a raised to m minus n. So using the law of indices, the denominator will be 2 raised to n minus 1, and the option B will be the right option. So we have made use of two formulas here. First formula is for S infinity. Second formula is for Sn. So using the both formulas, we have calculated the sum of n terms. Next question. The arithmetic mean and geometric mean of two numbers are in the ratio 3:2. Then the ratio of the numbers is. Okay. So here we are making use of the result if A and G are the arithmetic. If A and G are the arithmetic and geometric mean of two numbers, okay, and then the ratio of the numbers A is to B is equal to ratio of the numbers A is to B is equal to A plus root of A square minus G square is to A minus square root of A square minus G square, A square minus G square. So if we substitute the ratio, A value as 3 and GM as 2, on simplifying we get, on substituting and simplifying in the formula, we get, see, A value is 3, okay, plus A square is 3 square, 9, minus G square is 4, is to A value is again 3, minus root of A square minus G square. It will be again 9 minus 4. So on simplifying, we get 3 plus root 5. 3 plus root 5 is as 3 minus root 5. 3 minus root 5. So simplifying it further, now we get 3 plus root 5 upon 3 minus root 5 is equal to 1. So when we rationalize, we get the value as 14 plus 6 root 5 divided by 2 is equal to 1. And on simplifying it further, we get, see, 2 is common. So when you take out 2 common, we get 7 plus 3 root 5. Okay, 7 plus 3 root 5 is to 2. So the right option is option B. So option B gives us the right answer. 7 plus 3 root 5 is to 2. Okay, is to 2. Next question. The fourth, 7th, and 10th term of a GP are PQR respectively. Then A, P square is equal to Q square plus R square. B, Q square is equal to PR. And C, P square is equal to QR. D, option D is PQR plus PQ plus 1 equal to 0. Okay. So here the 4th, 7th, and 10th term are in GP, they are saying. Okay. 4th, 7th, and 10th term are in GP. So see, A4 is equal to P, it is in GP. A7 is equal to Q, and A10 is equal to R. So A4 is equal to P. A4 is equal to P. A4 is equal to P. So on simplifying, we get C. A4 can be written as AR raised to 3 is equal to P. A7 is AR raised to 6 is equal to Q. A10 is AR raised to 9 is equal to R. So when we multiply the first and the last term, that is P into R, we get P into R will be equal to A square, and R raised to 9 plus 3, it will be 12. So if I take 2 common, that is if I can write A square R raised to 12 as A R raised to 6 whole square. But A R raised to 6, see the value of A R raised to 6 is nothing but Q and Q square. So Q square is equal to PR. So the option B, okay, option B gives us the right answer. Option B gives us the right answer. Next question. If seventh term of a AP is 40, then the sum of first 13 terms is, okay. So here they have given, the hint is given A7. A7 is nothing but A plus 6D. A plus 6D is equal to 40. They have asked us to calculate the sum of 13 terms. Okay, yes, 13. So yes, 13, by using the formula for Sn, we can write it as 13 by 2, 2a plus n minus 1 into d. So 2 into a, and d value will be 13 minus 1, n minus 1. So n minus 1 will be 12 d. So on simplifying it further, 13 by 2, keep it as it is. 2 is common, I'll take out 2 common, a plus 6d, and on simplifying it further, s13 will be equal to, s13 will be equal to 2 and 2 will cancel, so it will be 13. And see the bracket a plus 60 is equal to 40, so 13 into 40, so 13 fours are 13 fours is equal to 52 and 1 0. Okay, so 520, so 520. So the option A is the right option. Option A gives us the right option. Next question. The 12th element from the end of AP. 3, 8, 13, 253. So first we are considering this AP and we need to calculate the 12th term from the end. So 3, 8, 13, so on up to 253 is the AP. So when we reverse the AP, 253, see the common difference, 8 and 3, okay, 8 and 3, it will be 5. So subtract 5 in this, so this will be 247, okay, again, so on if we subtract, the last three elements will be 13, 8 and 3. So here the first term, so on reversing this AP, the first term will be 253, common difference will be minus 5, common difference will be minus 5, and now we can calculate the last 12th term. Okay, so A12 is equal to A plus 11D, A plus 11D, A value is 253, 253 plus 11 into minus 5, okay, 11 into minus 5, so A12 is equal to, A12 is equal to 253, 11 into 5 is minus 55, and on simplifying, the answer is 198. So the option C gives us the right option. So in this particular example, first we reversed the AP and then calculated A and D value. A value will be here 253 and D value is minus 5 on reversing the AP. So this is the final answer, that is 198. 198. So the next question is, if the ratio of the sum of n elements of two arithmetic progression is 5n plus 4 is to 9n plus 16, then the ratio of their 18th terms, is, okay. So when the ratio of the sum of n terms of the APs, of two APs are given, of the two APs are given. So here 5 okay. So here 5n plus 4 is to 9n plus 16. The ratio of the n elements of two arithmetic progressions. Sum of the two arithmetic progression is given. They have asked us to calculate the ratio of their 18th terms. So whenever the sum is given, okay, whenever the sum of two APs is given, sum of two APs, when the sum of two APs is given, okay, is given, we need to replace, according to the result, we need to replace n by 2n minus 1. So when we replace n by 2n minus 1 in the above formula, we get 5 into 2n minus 1 plus 4 is as 9 into 2n minus 1 plus 16. So simplifying this, we get 10n minus 5 plus 4, 18n minus 9 plus 16. So on simplifying it further, 10n minus 1 is as, okay, 10n minus 1 is to 18n plus 7, 18n plus 7. Now they have asked us to calculate the nth term, so n value will be equal to 18. So 10 into 18 minus 1, substitute in this equation. So 18 into 18 into again 18 plus 7. So simplifying 10 into 18 is 180, 180 minus 180 minus 1 is 179 is as 18 into 18 is 324, 324 plus 7, it will be equal to 331. So out of the given option, option C is the right option. So here we need to remember the result. Whenever the sum of two APs is given, replace n with 2n minus 1 and substitute the required element, that is n equal to 18. If 12 terms is asked, 12, 24 terms is asked, then replace n with 24 and so on. Next question. So the three numbers are in GP. They are asking us to calculate the value of x. Okay, the value of x such that the three numbers are in GP. So whenever the three numbers are in GP, they are satisfying the condition of geometric mean. G square is equal to a into b. So this will be equal to x square will be equal to middle term will be equal to minus 2 upon 7 into minus 7 by 2. So on simplifying, we get 1. X square is equal to 1 or x is equal to plus or minus 1. So the option B will be the right option. So we are using the condition for geometric mean, that is g square is equal to ab. Substitute the value of a and b and calculate the value of x. So this is useful only when three numbers are given. Okay, when three numbers are given in a GP. Next question. If a raised to n plus b raised to n and divided by a raised to n minus 1 plus b raised to n minus 1 is an arithmetic mean between two distinct numbers a and b, then n is equal to, then n is equal to. So this particular example we are solving using trial and error method. Okay, so here what we are doing is we are equating the given expression a raised to n plus b raised to n divided by a raised to n minus 1 plus b raised to n minus 1 with the formula for arithmetic mean. We know the formula for arithmetic mean of two numbers is a plus b by 2. Okay, so now in this expression, first we are substituting 1. So when I substitute 1, it will be a raised to 1 plus b raised to 1. Okay, a raised to 1 minus 1 and b raised to 1 minus 1. So it will be a plus b upon 2. Okay, so for n equal to 1, we are getting LHS is equal to RHS. So the option A is the right option. So similarly, if n equal to 1 is not satisfied, try for 2, 3 and 4. So whichever value will satisfy the equation of arithmetic mean, that will be the right answer. So here for the first option, we have got the expression is equal to a plus b by 2. So the option A is the right option. Similar question may be asked in terms of GP. So here you need to equate, instead of AP, you need to equate it to GP. Again, trial and error method you can use and get the required answer. Next question, the sum of 12 terms of an AP whose kth element is 5k plus 1 is, whose kth element is 5k plus 1 is, okay, 5k plus 1 is. So the kth element is given same like nth element. Here they have given kth element, and kth element is 5k plus 1. So using this general term ak, when k is equal to 1, I get the first term a equal to 5 into 1 plus 1, which is equal to 5. Next, when k equal to 12, we get the 12th term. A 12 is equal to 5 into 12 plus 1, which is equal to 62. Next, we need to calculate S12. So S12, apply the formula for Sn. Sn is equal to n by 2, A plus L, A plus L. So S12 is equal to 12 by 2. A value is 1 and L value is A value is 5, sorry, A value is 5 and this is 62. A value is 5 and this is 61, 61, 60 plus 1, 61. So on simplifying further, we get 61 plus this is 66. So 12 into 66 upon 2. 2 ones are 2, 6 are, so 6 into 66. 6 into 66. The final answer will be 402. Option B will be the right option. Option B will be the right option. Next question, if the non-zero numbers x, y, z are in AP and tan inverse x, tan inverse y, tan inverse z are also in AP, then x is equal to y equal to z. Option B is xy is equal to yz. Option C, x square is equal to yz. And option D, z square is equal to xy. So according to the given condition, x, y and z are in AP. So the arithmetic mean of these three numbers will be 2y is equal to x plus z. Okay, 2y will be equal to x plus z. Since we need to calculate the value of tan, 2 I will keep as it is. I'll apply tan inverse on both the sides, okay, to each term. So tan inverse x plus tan inverse z. So 2 tan inverse y is equal to tan inverse 2y divided by 1 minus y square. Tan inverse x plus tan inverse z is equal to tan inverse x plus z divided by 1 minus xz, 1 minus xz. And see, using this condition 1, okay, using this condition 1, x plus z again can be replaced as 2y. So tan inverse will cancel. So we have 2y upon 1 minus y square is equal to x plus z is, okay, x plus z, I'll keep it as it is, 1 minus xy. So 2y upon 1 minus y square is equal to x plus z is 2y and 2y upon 1 minus xy. So 2y will cancel. Taking the reciprocal, you get 1 minus y square is equal to 1 minus xy, or y square is equal to xy. So since y square is equal to xy, y square is equal to xy. These three numbers are also in GP. Okay, are also in GP. So the three numbers will be in AP and will be in GP only if x is equal to y is equal to z. See, if x is equal to y is equal to z, then y square will be equal to xz. Y square will be equal to xz here. Okay, this is xz. Okay, it will be equal to xz. Y square will be equal to xz. So these three numbers will be in GP. So it is possible both the numbers are in GP as well as in AP only if they are satisfying the first equation, that is equation A. Okay, so the option A is the right option. Option A is the right option. Next question. So if sigma n cube, sigma n is equal to sigma n square square. Okay, sigma n square square. Then n is equal to 3, n equal to -1, n square is equal to 3, and n is equal to 1. N is equal to 1. So here we are making use of the special types, the formula for special series. So we had already discussed the formula for sigma n cube, sum of the cube of first and natural numbers, sigma n and sigma n square. So say sigma n cube, okay, sigma n cube is equal to sigma n cube. The formula we had discussed is n square, n plus 1 whole square divided by 4 into sigma n, the value is n into n plus 1 upon 2, and sigma n square, the value is n square square, it will be n square n plus 1 whole square, 2n plus 1 whole square is equal to 36, is equal to 36. Okay, so 4 ones are 4 and 9s are, and see n square n plus 1 whole square will cancel off with n square n plus 1 whole square. So on simplifying further, we get 9 into n square plus n is equal to 2 into 2n plus 1 whole square is 4n square plus 4n plus 1. 4n square, 4n plus 1. On simplifying it further, we get 9n square plus 9n is equal to 8n square plus 8n plus 2, and on further simplifying we get n square plus n minus 2 equal to 0. On simplifying the quadratic equation we get n is equal to 1. Okay, n is equal to 1 and n is equal to -2, n equal to -2. So out of these n equal to 1. Okay, n equal to 1 gives us the right answer. N equal to 1 gives us the right answer. That is option D. Option D is the right answer. So here we have made use of the formulas for special series, cube of first and natural number, square of first and natural numbers, and sum of first and natural numbers, and simplify. Next question. The sum of the series 1 square 1 plus 2 square 2, 3 square 3, so on up to n square n is. Okay, so we can split the given series here. We can split the given series. We can split the given series. See, we can split it as 1 square, 2 square, 3 square, so on up to n square. This is one part of the series, plus the second terms are 1, 2, 3, so on up to n. Okay, so this is the sum of the squares of first n natural numbers, and this is the sum of the squares of first n natural numbers. So using the formula directly, we get n plus 1, n into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 whole divided by 2 plus, okay, plus n into n plus 1 upon 2, n into n plus 1 upon 2. This is upon 6. The formula is n into n plus 1, 2n plus 1 upon 6 plus n into n plus 1 upon 2. So on simplifying further, we get, on simplifying it further, we get, say, n into n plus 1 is common. N into n plus 1 is common. In the first term, we get 2n plus 1 upon 6. In the second term, 1 by 2. So on simplifying it further, n into n plus 1, n into n plus 1, and the LCM is 6. So the LCM is 6. This will be 2n plus 1 plus 6. Okay. Or on simplifying it further, okay, on simplifying it further, we get, on simplifying it further, we get n into n plus 1 upon 6, n into n plus 1 upon 6. Okay. So 2n plus 1 plus 6, 6 plus 1 is, so here we have n into n plus 1, 2n plus 1, n into n plus 1, 2n plus 1, plus, say, 2 3 is 6. So the final value will be in the bracket 2n plus 4, and on simplifying we get n into n plus 1. 2 is common, n plus 2 upon 6. So 2 ones are 2, 3s are. So the final answer is option C, n into n plus 1, n plus 2 upon 3. Next example, let two numbers have arithmetic mean 9 and geometric mean 4. Then these numbers are roots of the equation. Okay, are roots of the equation. So again, we are using the formula x square, the special formula x square minus 2a into x plus g square is equal to 0. So this is a quadratic equation which is consisting of arithmetic mean and geometric mean. So if a and b are the two numbers whose geometric mean is g and arithmetic mean is a, then we have the equation, the quadratic equation, x square minus 2ax plus g square. See here, a 2a is equal to a plus b, and g square is equal to ab. Okay. So on simplifying, substituting the values of a value is 9, so 2 into 9 is 18x, and g value is 4, 4 square is 16, equal to 0. So the option B will be the right option. Option B gives us the right answer. Next example, the third element of a GP is 4. The product of its first 5 element is 4 cube, 4 raised to 4, 4 raised to 5, and none of these, and none of these. So here we have the third term of a GP. See, third term A3 in a GP is given by AR square is equal to 4, and they are saying the product of its first 5 terms is, are asking us to calculate the product of the first 5 terms. So the first term in a GP will be a, second term will be AR, third term will be AR square, fourth term is AR raised to 3, then fifth term will be AR raised to 4, and when we simplify these, we get A is repeating 5 times and R is repeating 1 plus 2, 3, 6 and 10 times. So r is repeating 10 times. So if we take out 5 common, we get a r square raised to 5. But a r square we know using the equation, say given a3 value. So using this given value, using the given value here, using the given value, a r square equal to 4, we can replace this by 4. So 4 raised to 5. The option C will be the right option. Option C gives us the right option. Next question. So if the seventh term of the AP is 40, then the sum of the first 13 terms is. So they have given the hint A7, that is A plus 6D is equal to 40. They are asking us to calculate the sum of 13 terms. So yes, 13 will be equal to 13 by 2, 2A plus, okay, 2A plus 13 minus 1 will be 12D. And take out 2 common. So 13 upon 2 into 2, A plus 60. So 2 and 2 will cancel off. 13 into A plus 60 is 40. So 13 into 40 will be equal to 520. So the option A will be the right option. Option A will be the right option. Next example, the 8th element and 20th element of AP are 22 and 46 respectively. The 18th element is, okay. So here 8th element A8 is equal to A plus 7D, which is equal to 20, and 22, which is equal to 22, and A20 is equal to A plus 19D, which is equal to 46. Okay, so here we are getting two equations, equation 1 and equation 2. So A plus 7D is equal to 22, and A plus 19D is equal to 46. So when we solve this simultaneously, we get the value of A value as 8 and D value as 2. So on simplifying, we get A18 is equal to A plus 17D. So A value is 8 plus 17 into 2, 34, 34 plus 8, which is equal to 42. So the option B is the right option. Option B gives us the final answer. So we have discussed few examples based on arithmetic progression and geometric progression. So again, refer CET question papers. So similar examples, you will practice it. Okay. Thank you.